Hair looks great. Anyway, this is Homestead Hobby Farm. We've still been doing all kinds of stuff. And now that it's going into summertime, we are in full swing with trying to get hay stocked up and gardens planted and pool taken care of and yards mowed and working full-time job, but that's all right. We're loving it and we love what we do, so it's great. Today I am working on a brisket. This is going to be like brisket take 5. We've tried several different ones, and I know brisket's really, really hard, but we didn't know that it was as hard as it is. So here's what I'm going to attempt to do. Here's our brisket. This is from our cow. It's a nice little flat piece of meat there. A little bit of, I don't even know that I'm going to have a whole lot to trim off. We're going to take a look at it and maybe do some trimming on it. This is pretty tough stuff. This is a little softer. I just got the grill going. I took my rub recipe and put it in the blender. That looks like that's going to go on a lot better than just trying to mix it with a fork. Trying to do a little refining here. Got butcher paper ready to go. I'm going to use a little bit of horseradish mustard and some truffle oil to get the rub onto the meat. I think that'll make it really, really rich. I'm going to use our Weber grill. Has worked out really well. To do low and slow for the majority of the day. It's about noon right now when I'm putting it on, or getting ready to put it on. So I've got a large pile of charcoal on the front side of it to try and get it going. It'll snake all the way around, but what I've done is in several spots here that you can see, I've actually taken the charcoal and stood it up on its end like dominoes. And I'm hoping what will happen is it's going to be nice and warm to get started, and it's going to have several cooler spots just to keep it at a lower temperature, because we're just going to put the lid on it and not mess with it, because if you're looking, you ain't cooking, right? Hopefully by the time it gets to about up at the noon part, I'm going to be ready to wrap it. I'm going to wrap it in that butcher paper and then finish it off, and it will come to the hot spot here and maybe get the temperature up a little bit hotter than what we had throughout the whole thing. We'll be able to keep track of it. This is an old Weber grill, but we do have a thermometer, which is in the top. It's not great, but at least it gives us an idea of the cooking temperature while it's going. So let's get that rub on. And there's my helper. You helping, Apollo? It's hot, isn't it, buddy? That works well. I'm gonna dry this off a little bit. Nice bag they put it in. Regular steak knife to do some trimming. See, now this is the soft fat that I think I'm just going to, wow, it's just about right, I think. I don't want to trim off too much with it being on the grill for that long. I don't want it to get dry. I guess I could have chosen a little duller knife. I'm coming through there, so this side, we do a little bit more trimming. Let's see if I can find a better knife. Oh yeah, here we go. Thank you, Charlie, for the advice on the fat. I hadn't really seen a brisket that had fat on both sides like this. And so we phoned a friend. Always gives good advice. Charlie does. We call him the wingman. Yep, kind of hard to get a hold of, especially with it sliding around. I guess I'll get this. It's almost like a silver skin on the fish. some of that stuff off. What we like is a good bark on the outside. It's nice and crispy, and so that's what I'm trying to get today on this. It'll be good. Well, the boys are gonna like that. This is just about empty, so I'm not even gonna worry about it. One for this side, half for the other side. This is about empty too. It is empty, pretty much. That'll help the rub stick. I'm hoping that truffle sauce will help make it nice and rich. I'm gonna have to shut the air off for just a hot second. Well, that was a pro tip. The pros probably know it, but I didn't. So, do you like it when a plan comes together? There we go. That makes it a little bit easier when the air conditioner's off. All right. Looking at 12:30. That's a mess. Maybe I should have saved the rest of that dry for the top side. I think it's got plenty. Our temperature is out here. Just above 250, would be 260 or so, probably. Oh, okay, I can't. Shut it down a little bit. Take a look and see what our charcoal looks like. There we go. That looks good. There we go. Getting it going. 12:37. Set my timer for an hour. Come back and take a look at it. It's like we're right at 250. That's not too bad. And then when we get to the skinny part right there, and maybe the temperature will come down just a little bit. All right. Now, back to the square bales. Pool looks better. Better than unloading square bales. Oh, well, at least you're inside the building, though.
Yeah.
So that'll make it better. That's not too bad. At least it's in the shade. We went about 40 minutes away last night to get square bales. Getting her started, aren't we?
Getting her.
Yay.
Trying a different stacking method.
Yeah?
Yep. It's really hot. Yep.
Really hot. Yeah.
Yep. It is.
Definitely hot. What's your, what are you thinking? Oh, I see. You went one long ways down on that end, and then two, or one short ways and then two long.
Yep. And one short, two long. Hopefully it'll tie them in there.
check in at about an hour and a half. We're at about 200 degrees, which is a little warmer than the wingman recommended. But I think my strategy is working out good. I think it's catching on the smaller ones, and then it'll warm it up a little bit more and then cool it back down. Okay. Need to oil that door. It has been 2 hours. And right now we're sitting on just under 200, so like maybe 175-ish. It's going pretty good. I'm doing the low and slow. Might turn this just a little bit. Let me go get. Give her a little turn. Let's take a look and see what we got going on the bottom. Looks very nice. But where I don't have some of the rub, seems to be maybe getting just a little bit dry, I'm thinking. It looks dry. It's probably not. It's probably just getting its bark, and I'm being paranoid. There we go. Alright, but it is catching into the next section, which is kind of a wider section. And hopefully that'll ramp up the temperature just a little bit. Oh yeah, it's actually picking up pretty quickly. You know, it's up over 150 already. Let's see. $124, $125. All right, so 2 hours in, $125. Snake's working good. Little whipper grill probably could use a wash up too. All right, we're 3 hours and 15 minutes, sorry, 3 hours and 15 minutes into it. We're back up to 200. And see, we worked past our small area right here. And now we're working through our bigger area. So it's doing just like I wanted it to. Getting a little bit hotter. All right. We'll check the temperature on it in about 45 minutes. Well, it was even too hot for the GoPro. It shut down and I didn't realize it. Got three stacks and a half, 100 square bales, and a wasp. Jeez. Oh, got him. Oh, I don't think that's a wasp. That's more more like a hornet. There. 2 full stacks and a half. And that's 100 square bales, so we'll have to go back and get more. But that's a majority, that's a big part of it. All right, we're at 4 hours. The grill is still right about 200.
Spritz it.
Spritzing. Getting ready to spritz. Go. That seems a lot more tender. I could feel that. Looks like we're coming up to 140. Yep, 140. And we're getting ready to approach the slowdown area. Charcoal is still lit. Yep, 141. I may take it about 15 minutes and flip it over. See if we can't get a little bit of bark on the top. Ooh, 167. It's getting close. Alright, it's now 8 o'clock. So 7.5 hours. We are currently at 176 internal temperature. I'm going to let it rest for a half an hour. Then we're going to cut into it.